at this nice lemon of hatchery winter steelhead from the Olympic Peninsula. Talk about a little help from your friends. We're here with Gary Allison, who just helped me net this big beauty. Only got 10-pound line. Huh? Maybe? We'll stop. Drag's tightening up. Yeah, these winter steelhead will rip you up, won't they? Well, we're having some great fun here in a local river near you. Sure glad you could join us. Ripping up. I can see it jumping. Okay, I'm going to need a little help with the net on this one. Okay. Look at it, son. What's going to be a tough spot to enter? Well, I don't know what's down there, and I don't want to step into it. Lay it right down, right into you, right there. Force yourself down there. It's a little bit less hot. Ready? Yeah. go down nicely. Thanks, Ron. Talk about a little help from your friends. We're here with Gary Allison, who just helped me net this big beauty. I was using a float designed and hand-painted by Ron Book of Ghost Run Carving. I was using a jig designed and hand-tied by John Fetters, my usual jig guy. And look at the monster buck, hatchery clipped, I landed here on our favorite little coastal river. We're sure glad we could bring the river home to you. Hey gang, since it's our first visit to the spot, it has really changed. It's a great example of how we've shown you how a hole can fill in over the winter with flooding. This river has changed so much right here you wouldn't believe it. What used to be a really nice little jig glide of water is now a 4-inch ripple. So we're going to change our tactics a little bit. We're going to hit some pockets right in here, and then we're going to cross the river, walk down to the other side, where I think we have a much better chance of landing a nice steelhead for you today. So join us. Don't you just love it when you get down to one of your favorite fishing holes and run into an old friend that you haven't been able to fish with for a while? Okay, here's Johnny Richardson ripping into his first fish of what would be one of his best days of winter steelheading ever in his life. And no matter what you hear me say on this show, we really enjoyed having him with us.
I'm up on the bank, taking advantage of the winter and the lack of foliage on these trees and branches here, so that I can hopefully get a better view of the fish in the water and the fishermen at the same time, instead of being right behind the fishermen, which is where I'm usually at.
It's a pretty tough spot right there. Your back is up against the wall. You've got trees and limbs all around you, which is a real hazard when you're trying to fight a crazy little steelhead in tight quarters like this. So you pretty much got to yank him just up to the shore and drag him right in.
Nice hatchery fish. Well, it looks like our friend from Rain Shadow, John Richardson, just got a nice fish, so let's get her going.
No.
And away he goes. Oh well. This is a double. It's a small one. Yeah. Oh, we'll look at it. I'm not gonna bonk my last one through there on that.
Now that's a true sportsman right there.
Yes.
I'm starting to wonder whether I'm happy to see him at all today.
Kicking little trout. It's just annihilating me.
That's a good example of the strength of the little steelhead.
That will release nicely. Textbook release once more.
Things are getting wild here on the Olympic Peninsula. You know, maybe it wasn't so nice to run into Johnny today. He was inspired.
They're all about this big, though.
Yeah. I swore I never really liked him. Here's a fun little segment with John's friend Jeff Wayman.
Here's Jeff and John, both in pursuit of Jeff's fish. I was right behind them, but as the water grew deeper and deeper, I got wetter and wetter due to a leak in my waders. So here's my real deal tip of the month for you. Check your waders before you get in the water to see if there's any obvious rips or tears. And you too can catch and release native winter steelhead like this one in style.
Got that upper teen buck on a little pink and white jig.
Here's John's friend getting a nice big one, which they caught and released.
Well, I don't know if you can bonk that guy.
Well, it's kind of big, huh?
Well, I'm looking at that fin. Not a chance, man. Look at that fin.
Yeah, let's get a picture. And away she goes.
That's a good one to end on.
Well, once the young pups wandered off, the old dog took over.
Big hook on that. Yeah. Yeah. Huh? Right on. That'd be cool.
All bat fishing at its finest.
You betcha.
I'm just gonna try to take it right up there.
I don't like that spot at all. Boy, this hook sure has a solid feel. Big, huge stainless steel O'Shaughnessy hook on this.
I like those jumps you got there.
Yeah, I do too. Well, it's my first steelhead of the year of this winter run. My favorite place to winter steelhead fish. Let's see if I can get him in here. I'm going to try to slide him right up on this bank here. Look at that one. Whoa, I just rolled right there. Take him up right here. Yeah. Let's see if I can slide him right on up there. Pretty close quarters here. Really tough to land one right here. Got to just about do everything right. Okay, here we go. Give us a drum roll. Pretty nice one. About 8 pounds, looks like. Looks like it's flipped, too. Okay. Try to slide it right up. But with winter steelhead, no fish is a bad fish. Basically, any fish is a good fish. Let's see what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I think it's a hatchery. tell by the beat-up dorsal fin of a hatchery fish here. Little cookie cutter hatchery fish. Didn't even clip this one. But in this system, it's okay. So we're done. Here's a look at this nice limit of hatchery winter steelhead from the Olympic Peninsula. It was one of those cold, frigid, rainy days we were talking about earlier on the show. But we're sure glad we could bring the river home to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to another relaxing, real deal intermission. Man, I'm freezing. I sure wish we had a heater. Here's a day on one of our favorite rivers with Uncle Joe, Kevin, Christy, and all the gang. Here's a look at our adventure with Kevin Hodge from Peninsula Boats. We started the day meeting at his shop in Central Park, got together with Christy and Jake, as you see there in the little pram, and we jumped in the little drift boat, and let me tell you what, when you got that many fishermen all together, that many boats on a small river, it's really tough to decide amongst all those fishermen who is going to do what, where we're going to launch, where we're going to take out, what water we want to fish. So once we got it all together and we're headed downstream, you know all I'm thinking about, I'm just here to fish.
The first hole of the day didn't hold any fish for us, so we pulled up anchor and set off downstream. It was one of those rare winter Washington days where it didn't rain, and we all know about the rains around here, don't we? Our party consisted of the two boats you see here, plus a third boat, which had myself and Joe Superfisky on the oars. The third boat, the camera boat, could be behind the other two boats like you see here, or ahead, or Joe can help out with the net, as you'll see later in the show. But it looks like the boat ride's over. We're going to go back to fishing soon, so here's Andy.
We came around a corner, and I threw way in back behind a brush pile, where, from being a bank fisherman in this river, I know that fish lurk in this kind of water level. And I'll tell you what, this fish is kicking my butt. It's running upstream into some brush. Kevin's trying to row upstream a little bit. And we just really had trouble getting a grip on this fish. It was a early run, real bright winter run fish, and it was just rocketing off towards the trees. Here's that steelhead just ripping me upstream, trying to bury me in the branches of that big tree laying in the water. And you see Kevin digging in on the oars, trying to give me a good shot at landing this steelhead.
I'm glad these guys are coming back upstream, because when they're that far away, the mic on the camera doesn't do a good job of picking them up. But when they come closer, you can hear them, you can see them. Just be really glad you can't smell them.
Oh, that was tight. But anyway, back to this fish. This thing is just ripping me back into the brush. No matter how many times I lift him up out of there and get him right next to the boat, it's tough. You got a guy on the oars trying to maintain the stability of the boat while I'm having a crazy fish on the end of my line. And I got him right up to the boat a couple times, but he kept ripping me right back into that brush there. It was a really tough spot to land a fish. And even though I tried valiantly, you can just about guess what happens next. Yep. I was pretty disappointed, and you can't really blame me. There's nothing worse for a fisherman than that feeling of that weight of that fish parting ways with your line. And if you watch the show much, I'm sure you've seen me simmering on a low boil a time or two after losing a fish. But we'll go down the river and hook up with another one. Well, here's a look at Kevin and I gliding downstream, kind of regrouping after the loss of that nice fish. You can't get too disappointed when you lose a fish like that. You just got to get your patience together and keep pounding the water. As we got downstream into some nice calm water, we all settled down and started casting, really getting into the flow of just having a good day of fishing. Here come Christy and Jake coming downstream. She handled that little pram like a dandy. And if you're not fishing, though, although you could be doing worse things on a day like this, you're not going to catch something like this.
Look at that thing. Think this one's getting his strength back, headed down, Joe?
Oh, it ain't heading down. It's heading up.
Boy, this thing's pretty fiery still.
I think if you had a jig hook in your mouth, you'd be pretty fired up.
Yep. Yeah, it's usually late October we see fish that look like this. Man, this thing is really strong still. I think we should just tail it, release it.
Some of it's hatchery fish want to get it out of here anyways, man. You don't want it going up and spawning. I'm serious.
Just landed those front Tulips Kings on this rod, 10-pound item. Come see Uncle Joe. There's Mr. Steelhead. It looks like it's going to like to be down here. We haven't had Uncle Joe on the net in a while. None of that.
County. We just thought we'd introduce you to the crew here on the river today. On my right, I've got Christy with River Adventures in Idaho. Kevin Hodge with Peninsula Boats. He was our host today. Myself, I'm just along for the ride. And we've got Jake as a security today. We had a lot of fun on the river today. We hooked a few kind of half-tired fish. Some were a little livelier than others.
Yeah, the fast water, they do pretty damn good. You know, we watched Christy bounce off a few things today.
Yeah, I was surprised at how Christy came out of that unscathed. She got up tight into some wood with the pram and came out of it smelling like a rose. So. We had a lot of fun. We sure hope you enjoyed the Real Deal Fishing Show. Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the Real Deal Fishing Show this month. Real Deal Fishing Show here, and we're going to have lots of fun today as we take you to one of my very favorite Southwest Washington steelhead rivers. We're going to hook some monster winter run steelhead, land about half of them, but that's kind of the way it goes. We're also going to give you a look at where we were a couple of years ago. Sure hope you enjoy. I think I'm going to release him. Nice little winter steelhead that probably came in early December. Looks like it might even be a native. I think it's a Nate. Look at that big tall dorsal. No, it's clipped. I think we can get a better one than this, though. There we go. Nice winter steelhead. He's going to be just fine. Woo. Well, that was fun. Let's try to get a bigger, brighter one. Right down like this. Here. Some serious work. What does it take? The host is going to take the fish right into the camera guy who produces this fine show. Let's see if we can put this one in the net for you, but he is trying everything he knows to get off. There he is. There we go, Fred. I think it's flipped. It's a tank. Yeah, I think it's flipped. That's about a 16, 17 pound clipped. Is it a hen? Or is it a buck? Looks like almost a hen. That is a tank though. White belly. Just a little bit of a rainbow. Look at that fish. Boy, we're pretty proud to be able to put a fish like that in the net for you folks. As you can see, it's hatchery clipped right there. You see the little nub. And that baby is a tank. I knew when I found that lucky penny in the parking lot when we got to the river today that I was going to catch a really big fish for you guys. We're just happy to bring the river home to you, and I hope you enjoy the next few months worth of programming, because we're going to have lots of fun showing you great episodes from a year, 2 years, maybe even 3 years ago. 14 pounds of hen steelhead. Beautiful winter run fish. Nice size. I think this is that one I keep losing. Oh. Did you see him hit the surface? Did you guys see that? Oh, he broke that fluorocarbon. another clear, beautiful, cold, sunny winter day. Catching big, huge steelhead. Man, I just lost a monster buck. Reminds me a lot of that day on the Upper Wenatchee a couple years back. Looking at a huge hatchery buck steelhead. We're having some great winter steelhead today here. We're glad we could stop this fish from freight training me downstream in order to show you just how big the hatchery fish get this time of year on the peninsula streams. Barely get my hand around the tail of this baby. We're going to put it on the scale here and see how much it weighs. Yep. Love it. 18 pounds. Big winter buck steelhead. When I saw it, I thought for sure it was a native, but you can see it's got a trimmed adipose. The adipose fin would be about that big if it was there. It would be huge. This is a 3 or 4 salt fish. Chances are he's already come up and done his job once or twice and gone back out. So we were lucky to get this one in today because he just about got to that lip of that fast water up and down there, and he'd have been gone if he would have. Thanks for watching The Real Deal. Back. We got a big, big winter steelhead on here. I don't know if it's as big as the last one.
sure is wearing my arm out. Oh, that's a nice fish. Hatchery. Right there, man. Yeah!
Nice fish, Andy. Good job, man. Oh, throw.
Yeah!
Nice fish.
Woo! Oh, look at this baby. A big hen. Big hen. This is huge for a hen. Yeah, got her hooked good. That's right in the corner of the jaw. Alrighty. You're looking at one of the biggest hen hatchery steelhead I've ever caught in my life. I've only caught one or two bigger than this ever. This is a really fresh, bright hen that shot upstream in this last high water. And boy, she sounded deep and fast. I didn't think I was going to stop her. She's all probably 34, 35 inches, probably 15, 16 pounds. So this is the girl we were looking for Valentine's Day. I got my sweetheart right here. "34 inches a hen and 3 feet a buck." What a limit. Sit back, relax, and enjoy another great real deal fishing intermission. Now let's try something a little different. caught this little baby with a nice long fluorocarbon leader, a little slip rig, and a little tiny sand shrimp tail.
Traction with these snowshoes is amazing.
It really
going
is.
downhill.
These crampons on the bottom are just incredible. Yeah. Flip them up, give you a shot of those mean things, but they're about a 2-inch spike. It's made out of a really strong aluminum alloy, so they're fairly light, but they really grip the ice incredibly well.
Boy, that's a beautiful river.
It is. One of my favorite places to come, and I know, we never actually named this river. And a lot of you guys know where we're at, but we just don't want to expose this river to the entire Thurston County fishing population, so I hope you don't mind if we don't tell you what river we're on. But we're going to show you lots of great action today and some fun snowshoeing. Thanks for coming with us. This is about as challenging as conditions as I've ever fished in my life for winter steelhead. I had ice in every guide. The reel, the drag was icing up and just freezing solid. But a little perseverance and patience paid off again. Now let's do something really crazy. Speaking of crazy, here's Johnny Bossman Holman and Mike Darnell catching some sturgeon on the mighty sea.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I do. I got him.
Sturgeon, too.
My first sturgeon. This is the real deal on the Columbia River. Washington's game fish. Oh boy, these things bite.
You fighting good?
Yeah.
All right. I'm over here on the side. Change these 2 rods out of your way. There we go. Oh, you're in with this rod over here, too.
Jesus.
Can you hand me that black bag over there?
Is he in with that one?
I think he might be a keeper. See, bring him around. Now, he's short.
Is he short?
See, bring your rod around. Okay, here, hold on a second. Yeah, he's short, but he's a nice one, though.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
Yeah. What are we in? We're in your rod, too.
okay, now we're out. Here, no, lift your rod up. Lift your rod up. Lift your rod up. There.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now, bring it over. Okay, bring him around. There you go. Can you get him in the water?
Johnny, can you get my camera out of my, where's it at? Oh, it's in this sack here, I guess. In my little black bag. In that sack right by my seat. Oh, yeah. There's my first sturgeon. I caught it on a smelt.
Let's get sand shrimp and worms on all these things, Johnny.
Smelt, sand shrimp, and a worm. Dinosaur fish. It's a sturgeon. It's the first one we've had on the real deal that I've caught. Mike got a shaker earlier. But fishing's been slow today due to some gill netters out here on the Trojan Flats. But it was a lot of fun reeling in my first sturgeon. And we were glad you were watching today to see it. And hopefully we can put this one back in and get us a keeper.
Look at where we're at.
Got him, don't you? Oh, yeah, right on. Cool. To the keeper?
I don't think so.
Right on, we're back
I
to the
can
sturgeon
tell.
hole.
Right
Back.
straight down, Johnny.
Huh?
Right straight down, just about.
Yeah. Back in the sturgeon hole.
Don't let him get the best of you, boss.
No.
Oh, this
Not
is a
no
lot
keeper.
of fun.
Not no keeper, but.
We should have tried this long before now. That's pretty good size. That's pretty close.
10 inches away, buddy.
Yeah.
He's a nice one, probably
I guess
the biggest
he
one
is.
we've got so far.
Yeah.
Oh, nice big fat one.
Yeah.
For his size.
They're
Nice
getting
fat ones,
bigger.
fish.
Belly.
They're getting bigger. They're getting bigger.
Oh, that's so bizarre. Prehistoric fish.
This darn thing. Got him?
Oh, yeah.
Right on. That's a face only a mother could love.
These things right here, though, is what'll cut a line.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you get two of them together,
Yeah.
and they cross over because they run in schools, this is what, just like Mikey's trying to do now. Well, we'll put this one here away.
Uh-oh. We got his keeper here, boys.
Right on.
We got his keeper here, I think.
Right on.
He's staying out there deep, too.
Cool.
Not that big, but he's all right. He'll be a measurable one, maybe.
Yeah.
I have got the measuring stick.
There we go. I'm sorry I did that, but yeah, I looked over my rod and went boink, boink.
Okay, just be greedy about it. You know, just grab all the rods. Who cares? Just grab them. Oh, yeah, I know you, Michael. Yeah, I know how you all boy.
This next one you can have.
I've been fishing with this guy for 5 years. Now, I tell you how kind of a guy he is, huh?
Doesn't let you reel in too many, huh?
Oh, no, he hogs it. That's all right. Just as long as it's a nice fish is all we're looking for.
Now, this rod's a lot lighter than the other one, so.
Yeah.
That fish looks like it's putting more pressure on, though.
Yeah.
Watch them other rods, because they
Yeah.
do run in schools. They will
Watch
hit
them like
just boom, boom, just like right now. Come on, you joker. Give us a bite.
Ooh, he's a measurable one, Johnny.
Yeah, he is.
He's a measurable one.
Oh, he is, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a measurable one.
Right on.
Got him, Johnny?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Hey, that's
now.
a keeper, maybe, isn't it?
Well, let's put the old yardstick on him.
That's what we got Dick's yardstick here for.
Bob's.
Dick, Bob's, whatever you want to call it. Michael, he is so close,
Come on
but
up
he
here,
ain't
me-
going to make it.
Pull him up. Johnny, here, hold him
Here, let me take it. We'll turn him upside down. Hold that.
up. Okay.
Just hold the stick there.
Take that out.
Boy, that's close, isn't it?
Yeah, he is. I could feel he had a lot bigger shoulders.
All right. Now then,
Let's see here.
we'll do it my way. Now, wait, get straight. Get
That's head down. There you go.
Try
Oh, he's
40 and a half.
40 and a half, folks.
Golly,
Turn
boy.
around here.
You ain't gonna get no more out of him than 40 and a half, man. And I got him stretched out.
He's close, folks.
Well,
That's a beauty. What do you think he weighs, Johnny?
oh, he weighed 20.
Yeah?
Yeah, he weighed right around 20.
That's a nice one.
Back in the water he goes.
All right, let's get
How
over
about
here.
Fishy? Ooh, look at him take off.
You're a true dyed-in-the-wool, real-deal fan if you remember this episode on Slippery Creek with our friend Alex Johnson.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, yeah, it's a nice steelhead. Did you get your line out of there?
Yeah.
That's your fish, too.
I'm right into this toe here.
Oh, yeah. Well, he came back for seconds, didn't he?
He sure did. Hope I can hang on to him.
I can't quite see where you have him hooked yet.
I'm gonna slide him right up on here.
Must have been the guy jump.
Okay, got a nice little steelhead. Oh, it looks like a native.
We're going to release this nice little hen and let her go back and do her job some more. Yep. No, I don't want you to go in there.
He wants to go into that shelf.
There you go.
He doesn't want to get on the cold water, so he's a little lethargic. He's okay, though. There he goes. That is a big coho. Boy, I felt him tapping on that. You can just see the line moving. I just fed him line, too. Just let him take it. Now I'll show you what I was using to catch that fish. It's a rather unusual purple spin glow with white wings. Real sparkly, a little red bead. Got to use that little bead to keep that spin and glow spinning. And I used a little bait loop leader and had a sand shrimp on there, rigged up real natural to where it would sink, just float straight down on there. And boy, he ate that for lunch. We hope you enjoyed the Real Deal Fishing Show this month, and we hope you continue to watch our fishing show as we put in a lot of